serious?
Where the love, what we talking about? You know the slang, it's the dirty south, we in the house. Yeah, count me in, count me in. Wait, I didn't catch that, come again? Fourth take, couple singles, I've been out here cooking. I'm almost 6 feet, tell me how you overlook me. Yeah, count me in, count me in. Hold up, wait a minute, huh? What? Watch me do it, hope you taking notes. Prime time, I play the best, winning mean the most. Body all my verses lately, I've been on a roll. Been on a killing spree, well, I hope I never choke. Send the beat, you better know it's getting ocho. You see, I'm back in my bag, call me Frodo. I'm a whiz with the flow, what you don't know. We're not in Kansas anymore, little Toto. You know my cut, run it over, get the chalice. Thinking I'ma turn my back on him, yeah, I doubt it. Won't he do it, yeah, I'm banking on it, check the balance. Riding with the Lord a long time, check the mileage. I'm talking straight, I'm just talking square biz. Say I'm not the nicest, please tell me who is. I done pay my dues and my don'ts in the biz. No more being overlooked, now you gotta count me in. I really been out here for real. Just gotta ask about it. You know what I'm saying? Count me in. Where the love, what we talking about? Jazz. Alright, so boom. The big coming Carlos said he had a late pregame and I could pull up on him. Tryna roll. For real? Bet. Pull up to the pregame. Yeah. Pull up to the pregame. Pull up. Pull up. Hey. Pull up to the pregame. Yeah. Pull up to the pregame. Pull up. Hey. Catch your vibe, come and meet the team. Come and kick it with your fave 3. Chop it with us, come and join the stream. Trust me, y'all, it's must see. It's a culture party if you partaking. Hottest podcast, it ain't no debating. It's ringing off cause it's so engaging. Let's keep it raw. You won't find this on no other page. This kind of talk, this kind of cloth right here is tailor-made. What up, Lo? Tryna have fun, we the plug then. It's for the people so the culture win. Need an outlet, then tap in. Come tap in. We keep it fresh with the content. We even got Bash Stop from Carolina Blitz. And Shot from PMP, they're a perfect fit. Cause what's the point of a pregame if it ain't lit? It's lit.
Yo, what's poppin'? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the pregame, one of the hottest podcasts out here right now. We here, we lit, we live, and while y'all at it, like, comment, and subscribe. Vashti, what's up with you?
Hey.
How's it going? Yo, Vashti, this is becoming a weekly thing. We gotta shake something.
My Thursday, it's the thing. My Thursdays have been incredibly busy. So it's like I'll get home and then it's like today I got home at 7, a little after 7, and then I gotta take my dog out and we hop on at 8:30 at 7:30. So yeah. That's why when I come on, I'm just like, oh. Like, because I'm still, yeah, I gotta, yeah. So that's why, but it's all good though.
It's all good. Do you see this happening or lasting for a while, or you think it's just like a moment?
Oh, it's a moment, probably until football season starts.
Okay. Well, look, man, you grinding out here, Vashti. So
man, tell me about it.
Hey, look. Money ain't gonna make itself, Vashti. That's what they say around here. That's what they say around here. Okay, so I'm feeling like you're pulling up on E today, and it's okay. I got you. If that's the case, what you pulling up with?
I'm not on E.
Okay, the gas light just came on.
Yeah, I still got a quarter of a tank. I'm pulling up with a quarter of a tank.
Hey, sometimes they'll get you to point A to point B. Don't play.
Yeah.
It'll get you there. Getting to keep blitzing love in the chat. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying? Hey, you went viral, well, low key viral a little bit with the CJ Stroud situation. We'll talk about that a little later on.
oh,
But
I didn't do. I got a tip on that one.
hey, you know what I'm saying? You got some. You got an ear to the streets. It's all good. Look, we'll keep throwing those alleys, as they come. You feel me?
Man, I appreciate that,
Hey,
yo.
we'll keep throwing those alleys. But cool. I'm pulling up with a sense of pride, and love. Reason being, my oldest graduated from 5th grade today, which is wild. So I've been in his life since he was 3. And I can't believe that he is graduating 5th grade. So congratulations to Oliver. And yeah,
Yay!
5th grade going over the shirt and chain, giving Poppy Chulo. Hey, chill out. You know what I'm saying? Chill on me. Uh but yeah, so his graduation gift, he wanted to go to a cabin. And so we're going to Tennessee on tomorrow. So we're going to take him to Tennessee for a few days. And so that should be cool. A nice little chill vibe and a vacation for me and my wife. So we're excited about that.
That should be
Should be
fun.
cool. Should be cool. So we're taking him
What
to
are the activities? Y'all got activity? Of course, you gotta have
yeah, we got
activities
activities, man.
planned.
So we got a few things that he doesn't know about. It's a surprise. And I want to say he probably
Okay,
watching right now. So I'm gonna keep it on the low,
gotcha,
low.
gotcha.
But yeah, we got some activities and surprises for him throughout the entire weekend. So I'm excited about it. It should be dope.
Okay.
Should be dope. So we'll be taking pictures and videos and all that stuff. So shout out to everybody who's watching on Instagram. I got a few people on Instagram. I see people on Twitter. If you want your comments to pop up, like somebody calling me out and saying this shirt and chain giving the Poppy Chulo energy, whatever it takes, you're here, and I appreciate that. Make sure y'all join on YouTube. We were rolling, like I said. This is one of the hottest podcasts out that a lot of people don't know about yet. It's okay. We're gonna keep on riding. We're gonna keep on rolling. But we got a lot to talk about. The content's been contenting, if that's even a word, Vashti. It's been wild out here in these streets. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. So thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for joining. Continue to tell somebody to pull up on us. One thing before we get started, Shab will not be here. He's with his family right now. His daughter graduated from, I think, 5th grade, or she might be going to I can't remember if she's going to high school. Somebody graduated today. I do know that. So he's with his family. So shout out to him and his family and his daughters for graduating and going to the next step. So shout out to them. All right, so we got a lot to cover. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. So, all right, so boom, I love doing dope people doing dope things. This is a new segment. Usually we do local people or people that we know, but Vashti posted something and I saw it and I was like, yo, this is dope. We got to talk about it, right? We got to talk about it because we were just talking about LeBron and how he was looking out for his son when it comes to like the workouts and all those different things. But Kyrie Irving has a shoe deal, and basically he basically had his first signature shoe contract and he signed his dad. And everybody's like, okay, why he signed his dad? But you got to understand the history behind all of that, right? His dad gave up his dreams to go into the NBA and balling to basically help raise Kyrie and get him better. And so Kyrie feels as though he has to be successful, uber successful, to make sure that his dad did not do it in vain. And so for him to sign his dad, I thought was pretty dope. Bash, what do you think?
I love that. I don't mind keeping it in the family and also at the same time paying homage. I don't know if that happens enough with our elders and those who have paved the way. So I when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is dope. This is how you show the generations in the future kind of that's how you lead.
Yeah.
I'll put it like that.
Yeah, I mean, some people buy houses for their families, for their cars and everything, but to do a signature shoe deal for your pops, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody who aspired to be where you are and gave up his dream to basically train you and prepare you for the next level. You can't beat that. I think that's dope.
And
That's
his
really
dad
dope.
probably knew that he was probably okay. My son might got the juice, and I might not have it like my son. So
got it. Hey, yo, I don't know. I mean, hopefully they're dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were talking about him a few weeks ago, Vashti, with the moccasin 5s he had on.
Cooking in moccasin sneakers.
Cooking in moccasins. That's a t-shirt, right? Cooking in moccasins. He might need to take that. but yeah, I think it's dope, man. I hope I love it. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to be some generational wealth and like you said, an example for everyone else to show like this is how you take care of your family. This is how you take care of your parents, people who sacrificed their lives and their careers and their dreams to make sure that you are successful. And he gave it back in a very dope way. So shout out to
I want to
Kyrie.
give a little history. I don't know if people know, and I
Yeah,
looked this up.
go for it.
Kyrie's dad played at Boston University from 84 to 88. He was inducted into the Boston University Hall of Fame in 1995. He tried out for the Boston Celtics, did not make the team, played professionally in Australia. That's where Kyrie was born, in Australia. And then also Kyrie's mom was a basketball and volleyball player at Boston University as well. So that was a legit athlete, and I believe they retired his jersey. I'm not quite sure, but I think they did.
That's dope. Either way, he was a hooper. And for him to be able to say, look, you know what, I'm gonna stop doing this and raise my son. He got a baller, man. Kyrie is him. Kyrie is something different. I don't care. Nobody says about like all the other things outside of balling and hooping. When he on that court, stone cold killer. Stone cold killer. So we'll get into the NBA finals and our predictions and stuff later, but that's pretty dope. So you know I love music, Vashti, and so I saw this on social media and I thought this was pretty wild, right? So Freeway, What We Do song. If anybody doesn't know that, make sure y'all go look at it. That song's fire. It's one of Freeway's best songs. I think Freeway only got like two really like dope songs.
What's the second?
Flip Side.
Start ringing a bell. I have to listen. I have to hear it.
So Flip Side got hype again during You Got Served. Now clap for me, mommy. Oh, I don't remember that song, but
okay. Got it. Okay, yeah, I know that song.
So that's Freeway, right? So What We Do, that mean the song's fire. I'm a big Jay-Z fan. I got Jay-Z on there. I mean, it's dope, right? You got so many like quotable lines, but it just went gold in 2024, which is shocking. But it reminds me of those burnt CD days when everybody used to take a song, burn on the CD, and you playing it in your car, and that person is not getting any type of stream.
What you know about Napster? You don't know nothing about Napster.
About Napster, LimeWire, FrostWire,
about burning CDs.
Yeah, all right. I had plenty of burnt CDs, and I had different vibes. Like I had a whole case of like, all right, I'm burning CDs. This one's the vibes, like the late night vibe. This is the one I need to turn up real quick. I had all that, like, and had it written in. It had a 6 CD changer in my old Chrysler 300.
Not 6, not the 300.
No, come on now. Look, I had them all in there, and I was like, "What's my mood today? 1 through 6. Which one am I going? I'm going 4 today. All right, I know which one that is.
Okay.
Yes. So think about like this streaming atmosphere that we're in now. Like the fact that he just went gold for a song like that people play all the time. It's pretty interesting, man. But shout out to Freeway. I thought that was dope. I wanted to call that out because at least he got something for that song. Because I don't think he got nothing else to say in terms of some of the albums and songs that he made, but. That was dope. So shout out to Freeway. All right. So speaking of songs, we talked about last week, we talked about cookout foods, and Vashti and Shad tried to murder a brother because they like pasta salad, right? So I was like, you know what? All right. So let's talk about something else cookout wise.
Not because you like pasta salad. You put pasta salad in your top 5, bro.
Yeah, top 5, but it was 5 though. It was 5 though. And I told you I could have went a whole bunch of different ways. I was trying to be different. Try to do a whole bunch of different other things. I knew that people were going to do like the hamburgers and hot dogs. I was like, oh, those are typical things. What are some like interesting things? I needed a side on my top. We're not going back here. We're not going back here. All right, we already went through that. Y'all tried to slander me, but I stood 10 toes on my pasta salad. All right. But today we're going to talk about cookout songs. All right. So cookout songs, everybody, we told y'all what it was last week so y'all can get prepared because we're going to call y'all out if there's some trash songs coming in here or some very interesting songs. So make sure y'all put those in the comments as we're going through this. Top 5 cookout songs. All right. So before I get into it, I need to set the scene, right? So cookout songs could be anything for anybody, right? It could be if you're on a grill listening to music. It could be you at a party and it's a cookout. It could be a pool party and they cooking out. It's your flavor. At the end of the day, what we say here at Pregame, it's your top 5, not the top 5 consensus, right? It's your top 5. All right. So, Vashti, this was very difficult for me because I love music and all of that. Do you have any honorable mentions that you want to mention before we get into our top 5?
I mean, I have a whole cookout playlist.
Right.
So the whole thing is honorable mentions.
Okay.
I can't
It's tough.
I have artists that I left off. You mentioned cookout for like, this is my cookout playlist is a family cookout playlist. Like I'm at my uncle's house. He got on the vintage sandals. My mom is there. My family is there. This isn't like I'm kicking it with my friends cookout playlist.
Same. We're on the same page.
Yeah. I mean, plenty of honorable mentions. Too many to name. Like to narrow it down to 5, that's tough.
It's tough. It is. And that's why we do it. This is why we do it. I think your top 5, especially when it comes to songs, will change based on your mood, right? Based on the vibe that you're going for, the atmosphere and the environment, like you said, are going for. And the reason I gave the context before, mine is based on that same thing, Vashti. I'm with the family. I'm with I like that old school vibe. So that's where my top 5 is going. So my honorable mention, I gotta say, is Everybody Loves the Sunshine by Roy Ayers.
Good one.
That's my honorable mention. I put in there. It's a good vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like you outside and you just watching the kids run around and that song's playing in the background. It's a good one for me.
I respect it.
Okay, cool. Number 5. Let's go, Vashti.
Hold on. Let me pull it up. Cause I had to do this at the last minute.
That's okay.
Number 5 is Can't Hide Love. Earth, Wind, and Fire.
That's a good one. You want to sing it? I'll sing all these songs, man. Look. Can't Hide Love is a good one, boy. That's the one you put your hands in the air and you snap like this and you look at the youngest person around and say, "What you know about this?"
Yeah.
That song, okay. That's a good one. That's a good one. I'm gonna go, and this is tough for me to go at 5 because this is probably one of my all-time favorite artists. Not number 1, but favorite artist. I gotta go. I Want to Be Your Lover, Prince.
Okay.
I'm going there. That's just I needed something a little quicker.
Cookout song, though?
Yeah, bro, that song goes with anything. First off,
okay,
let that ride. That's the jam. Prince, that dude now. So, yeah, I Want to Be Your Lover, Prince. Let that ride for a little bit. That's the one. Let's go with 4. What you got? Or just let you know, I got 2 songs for 4.
That's not top 5 then.
I'm sorry. I got a 4A, I got a 4A, 4B.
This is unfair.
I'm letting you know so you can pick 2 if you wanted to, Vashti.
It's too late. I thought it was a top 5 list, not a top 7 list.
Fine. I'll pick one of them and then I'll say honorable mention for the other.
Thank you. Enough? Cool. So Never Too Much, Luther Vandross.
Yes. I was going back and forth whether I wanted a Luther song on there. I didn't pick a Luther song though, but that would have been my one. That would have been my one for sure. So I respect it. No shade. I respect it. All right, so I got to pick one. Dang it. All right. I think I'm going to do. All right, I can say my honorable mention first, right? My honorable mention was Encore, Cheryl Lynn. That's my jam. Your good love.
Okay, excuse me. All right.
Yeah, that's my jam. So I got that one on there. And then my 4 is Love Come Down by Evelyn Champagne King.
Okay.
That's my number 4.
Okay.
I told you it's old school. I'm going old school. That's when you at a cookout, I feel like old school is the vibe.
Always.
So I got that for number 4. All right. Number 3. This is where it gets interesting. So number 3.
There's a particular artist that is a cookout artist. Not just a cookout artist, but the songs just vibe for cookouts. You know, this group or this artist, you wear white linen, which is a good cookout attire.
Okay.
So Golden Time of Day, Frankie Beverly and Maze. Yes. Number 3.
Yes. I'm with it. 10,000%. That is definitely a cookout / family reunion type of artist. for sure. All right, so for me, I'm gonna stay in that same vein with Frankie Beverly and Maze, but I'm going Happy Feelings.
Okay. That's a
That's
good
my
one.
that's my
See,
damn.
that
You
you
can't go
really,
wrong.
it's a couple of them.
It's a couple.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
really play the. You could just play the best of Frankie Beverly and Maze low key at a
yeah.
cookout and vibe. So that's my number 3. Happy Feelings for sure. All right, here we go. Top 2. Number 2. What you got?
Got to give it up. Marvin Gaye,
Mm,
extended version. This is
extended.
the version that goes about 9 to 10 minutes. It gives you instrumentation, it gives you vocals.
Yeah.
You can literally dance for like it's a vibe. That's it. Got
You
to
got
give
an
it up.
extended version. I love it.
Extended version.
I
Don't
love
give
it.
me that. I don't want the 3-minute version. Give me
And we don't
all
want
9 minutes.
and as much as I love her, we don't want the Aaliyah version. We need Marvin Gaye's version.
I didn't even know she made a version.
Yeah, she made a version. It's
I
it's
don't even
solid.
want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it.
You don't like Aaliyah?
Yeah, but I don't want to hear her sing that.
It wasn't terrible. She had Slick Rick on there too. He rapped a
Oh,
little
I
bit.
definitely don't want to hear it.
Okay, well,
Mm-mm.
it was all right. It was all right. It
Slick
wasn't it
Rick
wasn't
and Aaliyah doing a Marvin Gaye remake.
it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I'm not saying it was great, but it wasn't bad. Like it was good to like, okay, it was one of the last songs on the album. Like it wasn't terrible, but
I'll Uber pass on that.
not the Uber. Uber
Mhm.
pass. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Fair enough. Fair enough. For me, number 2. Someone said maybe I need to go to more cookouts. Come on now. Number 2 for me is gonna be Outstanding, the Gap Band.
Okay.
That's number 2 for me. I feel like we got the same number 1.
Yeah, Papa Moore put number 1 in the chat as number 2, but for me, number 1 is Before I Let Go.
Absolutely.
Frankie Beverly.
Not the Beyonce version. I'm sorry, Beehive.
Yeah, no, not the Beyonce version, but what you do is you play the old school version because it ain't really that long of a song.
Right.
Then for the youngins, you bring it back with the Beyonce version,
Right.
and then you play them both back to back.
Yeah, but I feel like I don't like. I've seen a DJ play the Frankie Beverly version, and then like towards the end, mix the last part of the Beyonce version.
Yeah,
I like that better because
yeah.
I'm with
But
it.
if you're not a professional DJ, then you kind of like,
Yeah, for
know.
sure. Like no, I just put the playlist on and let it rock, or based on my mood, I'll pick song by song. But yeah, no, Before I Let Go is mine as well. That's the all-time number 1 cookout family reunion, just with the family type of vibe song. Like I said, you can literally play the best of Frankie Beverly and Maze, and you will not miss a beat. So I respect it. That was a solid list. I thought I was gonna come back and get my pasta salad fade back, but you had a good one. I respect it.
Pasta salad cookout, guys. A whole nother playlist on that one.
Yeah.
Probably got Alanis Morissette on that. A little bit of the Beatles, some Bee Gees. That's the pasta salad. I'm talking. Mine is a potato salad playlist. Okay.
Yo,
I'm just putting it out there.
Black people eat pasta salad. I'm gonna get a shirt. I'm gonna get a shirt that says that. Black people eat pasta salad too. And then on the back, I'm gonna say Vashti. We'll get a shirt. Oh, look, that's a good one. SOS band. That's a solid one too. They got hits. It was tough. Like I said, it's really based on the mood. There's plenty of them that could have been top 5. I literally picked my top 5 based on my mood that day when I made my list. So a lot of them have been missed. Somebody said we're not gonna talk about veggie skewers and green beans.
Yeah, that's true. And he was wilding with the veggie skewers, but I was so shocked by the pasta salad that I was like, man,
whoa. Veggie skewers came first. Stop it, Vashti. He said veggie skewers first because he went first. Then I came back with the pasta salad.
Okay. Yeah, y'all was both wild.
The only reason he was like, my wife's a vegan. So I was like, all right, well,
okay, yeah. Who said green beans?
He said green beans. Remember, he said he would bring green beans before something else, and I was like, no, I'll pick salad before green beans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that's funny.
Both of y'all were wilding then.
That was funny. Look, at least we had some sides though, Vashti. I don't think you had any sides.
I don't need sides. You don't need sides at a cookout. You don't need sides at a cookout.
Yes, you do.
That's the only side you need, technically.
Okay, white or yellow though.
What do you mean white or yellow?
Some potato salad is like a white color, and some potato salad is like a yellow color.
It's just potato salad color.
Okay,
I
okay.
don't know about
There's I've seen different ones.
in the grocery store.
No, I've seen people make it, and that's why I asked who made the potato salad. I asked who made the potato. Who made the potato salad? That's all I want to know. That's all. Hey yo,
White
so
or
shout out
yellow.
to Ruger Mall. This is good ones too. Will Smith, Summertime, definitely an honorable mention. Electric Slide always gets them going. So shout out to you, Ruger. I agree as well. Oh yeah, September fire too. Rock with all of those. All right, so let's get into some content. I'm not sure if y'all saw this or not, but there's a rumor going around. It's been brewing for a little bit. But Jordan Peele, if you don't know who he is, he's a comedian, brilliant director. He was on Key and Peele, and wrote a lot of the script and the jokes for that. But he also is the director of Get Out, Nope, and Us, which are horror movies. There is talks that he will be pairing up with Marvel to do a Marvel movie, which I thought was pretty dope. I don't know if it's going to be like a Marvel horror movie, but I thought it was pretty solid. Vashta, what do you think? Do you like Jordan Peele as a director? Did you see like Us and all those different movies that he did? Get Out. And do you think, I'm not sure if you're interested or are you passionate about Marvel? But what do you think about this particular pairing?
I'm not passionate about Marvel. Yeah. But I think that I think that he's a talented director.
Yeah.
I like his I mean Get Out is a classic movie.
Yeah.
So
it's in there for sure. Yeah.
yeah, classic movie. Us wasn't as good.
I liked Us. I liked Us more than Nope.
Did I see Nope? I don't know if I saw Nope.
That's the one
But
with oh girl, I can't think of her name.
None of them are gonna top Get Out.
No.
That was yeah. But I mean, I think if he's able to bring his artistic mindset and have a certain level of artistic freedom, I think that's down. I'm not a Don't ask me about these Marvel characters. Is Iron Man part of Marvel?
There you go. Yeah, clap it. Look, man, clap it up for her.
Okay. Yeah, during COVID, was that the one with a guy where he wiped everybody off the face of the earth?
Oh, you talking about Thanos? Come on now. Let's go,
that's Marvel. Okay, so what I did during COVID was I went back and watched all the Marvel shows from the start to in order, supposedly based on what I found. So yeah, I've watched them, but I'm not somebody who is
no, that's good, but you seen them though, so that's dope. I respect it, and you were on it. Like you're on it. You knew more than some of these other people. So shout out to you. Kiki Palmer's the one. Thank you. So this is how I feel about it. I think I like it for the sake of having a black director do something with Marvel. I don't know if it's a good mix though. I think what he does in terms of his psychological thrillers, with Us, which I think Us is probably one of the better ones. I like Us more than Get Out, honestly. But Us, Get Out, all of those were really good. They're very race centric with a lot of his stuff. With Get Out, with Nope was kind of like a different thing. It had like definitely some racial undertones, and I don't know if Marvel's gonna let him do that. Marvel has like this, like some people, the way he does his films is I don't have to fit a mold to make this film. I feel like with Marvel, you have to fit a certain mold to make the film. That's why Ryan Coogler was so good, because he could fit that mold because he was just a great director. I feel like Jordan Peele has a certain niche in terms of his films, and so I don't know how that's going to mix. Unless
Black Panther had some black stuff in it.
Yes, it does. It did have some black stuff in it, but what I mean in terms of Jordan Peele, he takes it to the level. Like what he did in terms with Get Out and all that, with some very racial undertones of how black people are treated in America. Does Marvel want to go down that route? That's the question.
But I don't know. I don't think he would go that route. We're talking about comic books.
We're talking about comic books, yes. But as a director, if that's what your niche is if all your movies have been somewhat the same, can you fit that mold of Marvel, and what does that look like, right?
Absolutely. I think depending on whatever character it's based around.
Yeah, I'm saying it depends. It's a lot of like hypotheticals, right? Like, what does it look like? What comic are you doing? What superheroes are you doing? Are they giving you creative freedom, or are you just kind of taking what they have and just making it better? Who knows? I don't know, but he is more so around that horror genre. So we'll see what happens, man. But thought that was interesting. All right, let's go into the next thing. So, man, look, CJ Stroud has been on a media world tour recently. He's been all over the place. He did the draft with him and Micah Parsons. He's been on the pivot with Ryan Clark and Channing and Fred. He's also just got on $1 million worth of fame, which I told Vash I went viral on. Everybody was going crazy about it. So let's talk about it real quick, Vashta. So he went on $1 million worth of game. If you don't know what that podcast is, that is Gilly the Kid and Wallow. They have a podcast. It's pretty popular for sure. But he went on this podcast. He was talking about a lot of different things. He talked about the top 5 QBs that he thinks that was the best last year. Just a basically editor's note. All top 5 he said were black quarterbacks, which was very interesting. So he talked about his top 5 QBs, but then also he kind of threw some shade towards the Panthers, which went viral. So if y'all did not see Vashti's post, he basically was talking about, they asked him a question. They said, "Hey, CJ, what was the biggest trash talker that you faced?" And he was like, "Yo, it was actually somebody from my team. It was the right tackle, Titus Howard." And basically they were playing the Panthers, and he was like, "I don't know why we lost to the Panthers. They were trash. We shouldn't have beat them. That was my worst game all season, blah, 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 blah." But I'm like, you still lost, and you only threw for 140 yards, but that's neither here or there. So he was basically talking about that, and he said he went for a QB sneak, scored a touchdown, got up talking stuff, and number 42 on the Panthers, who is Sam Franklin, came in his face and was like, "Yo, you really not like that, blah, 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 blah." And then his right tackle came back and was like, "Yo, shut up. That's why your side tooth missing." And they just had a laugh. They had a laugh. And I thought that was very interesting that he's being this vocal after 1 year. And he was talking about how Indy hates him right now. He can't wait to play them. He's really wanted them. And he rated himself number 3 in the best quarterbacks of last year, which he had an incredible rookie season. But he is really out here on a vocal tour about who he is and all those different things. Vashta, my question to you is, what are your thoughts on that Sam Franklin slander? And then 2, do you feel as though CJ Stroud is talking a little bit too much?
The Sam Franklin slander is, I mean, if you watch him, Sam Franklin is a trash talker.
All day.
What I think was cap about that story was supposedly Sam stopped talking, but knowing him in the locker room, seeing him multiple times, he did not stop talking. He does not stop talking when the Panthers lose. So I know for a fact he didn't stop talking when the Panthers won. And if I recall, he actually had a decent game that game. So I doubt them saying, "Oh, your side tooth missing," stopped any show from Sam Franklin. He's going to keep talking.
He's a dog.
As far as CJ Stroud and his media tour, listen, perfectly fine. I get it. He's broadening his brand. He better not have a sophomore slump. And that's it.
Yeah.
You can't do this and then be ass this year. So he better hoop this year.
Yeah.
No excuses. They brought in what's the wide receiver? Stephon Diggs. Like he better come out and hoop this season. And that's it. The more attention you get, the more talk you hear. He's not going to be afforded the luxury of having a sophomore. And nobody's going to say, "Oh, it's a sophomore slump. Give him a break." No, bro. You've been running that mouth. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, they got film on you. You got the same OC. You're talking. You got a target on your back. I wish the best for CJ. Like, I think he's a great individual. He also good point, Pops. He talked about being mad that the Panthers didn't draft him, and how he wanted to beat them because the Panthers didn't draft him. Which I mean, it was very interesting to hear. I think we felt like we know that. I feel like a lot of players probably feel the same way, but for him to be vocal and say that, very interesting. But I agree. Like, you got to come with it next year. Like, if targets on your back, everybody's going to want to beat you now because you're talking. And I'm not saying that he should be quiet or he should not. Like, CJ's a dog, and he's going to look, bro. He's going to bring his best at every game, and he's hoping everyone does the same. So, thought it was very interesting that this tour is going on. That everyone, like, he is the poster child for last year, right? Everybody wants to speak with him, but I mean, we'll see what happens, man. I don't know how I feel about it, to be real. Like you said, that sophomore slump better not happen, because if not, it's not gonna be pretty. Because Zaire Franklin from the Colts is ready. He been talking too.
He did list Josh Allen as number 4.
He did.
That's what he put on Instagram. Top 5 off last year.
Because at first it was all he changed. He had something different at first.
He said Pat, Lamar, and myself is one word, CJ, but I'll let that slide. And then Josh Allen and Dak.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
That's what he put on Instagram.
Because what he said on here, it was Dak and Jalen Hurts.
Jalen. Well, maybe I don't know whether. On the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, maybe that was all around.
He might have came back and said something. So.
Yeah, maybe he was just because Jalen didn't have a good year last year, so maybe he had 2 different lists.
Yeah, maybe, but that myself is one word, is funny. You hear me? Funny. All right, so let's get into it. This has been a spicy topic all week long. Did you get a chance to see the Stephen A. Smith and Monica McNutt clip, Vashti?
Mm-hmm. I did.
Okay. All right. So first off, shout out to Monica McNutt, former player, now reporter, journalist. She was on the First Take, and they were talking about basically the state of the WNBA and how this whole Caitlin Clark thing, which we're about to get into right here, this whole Caitlin Clark thing is going on, the controversy behind that. So they were going back and forth on there. They had Molly on there, of course, who's the moderator, and then you have Shannon Sharp on there, who is the co-host of First Take. And so they're going back and forth on it. For those who did not see, I'm going to make this short. And basically, she called Stephen A. Smith out and basically said, you could have been basically a supporter of the WNBA 3 years ago because of the platform and the responsibility and the platform that you have, basically, but you haven't said a word. And this was his face right here. Like that, his face was just like, you said what? And she was like, don't act like that, Stephen A. Like, you could have been the one supporting us, supporting WNBA, but now because it's popular, you're saying something. So don't start now. And it became a huge thing. Before we get into this Caitlin Clark controversy and all of that, what were your thoughts when you saw this clip, Vashti? And do you agree with Monica? Because I do.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. The problem is that Stephen A. tried to boost himself up and give himself credit. Oh, well, who was talking about the WNBA? I was doing this when it wasn't cool. No, you weren't.
Facts.
Nobody was, except for the people who made that their niche early on. Facts. So don't come now and say, oh, well, I've been talking about. No, you weren't. Stop it. Stop trying to take credit for stuff. And that's what people like Stephen A. Smith, they do. They come in late and then try to act like they were always on. Right. No, you weren't. And honestly, if you really cared about the game like you said you were, then yeah, you could have been talking about it a few years ago. But it wasn't mainstream enough, or wasn't as popular as it is now because of the controversy surrounding it. But yeah, it's true. But the thing is, don't come and act like, oh, I always been on. No, you haven't.
Like, just chill out. And it's so, like, you don't even have to say that. Like, you can literally just support it and just be like, hey, look, we talking about it now, and just keep it moving. Like, you didn't have to say what you did. But the crazy part behind it, though, Vashti, too, is after all this happened that morning on First Take, Monica went on Nightcap, which is Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco's podcast they have, And Stephen A went on his podcast late that night. The interesting thing behind both of these is Monica said, "Hey, we had a conversation. Me and Stephen A had a conversation after this. I understand where he was coming from. We talked about it. We got it right." She was very, very cordial, very PC, and it was interesting. On the flip side, the interesting about Stephen A, he could have came and said, "Monica was right. I could have done more. I'm willing to do more." This Negro had the chance to say, "Did y'all hear about Monica McNutt before she got on First Take? No. Did you hear about this particular female reporter before they got on First Take? No." Like, he's basically saying, like, I made these people because of me putting them on the platform is how they got to this particular level. And I'm like, you are literally doubling down saying that you made these people, you created these people, when you literally could have said, you know what, Monica, you were right. I could have done more. I should have done more. I will do more in the future. Like, that's wild to me.
That's why I hate that. That's why when I see people idolize, I'd be like, bro, listen, I knew Monica. I met Monica years ago in Washington, D.C. At the time, this is when the Zion year. So
Okay.
the Sweet 16 and Elite 8 was in Washington, D.C. At the time, Monica was not working in sports. She was teaching cycling classes.
Wow.
And she was volunteering at the NCAA tournament. And she made sure, like, Monica is very outgoing. What you see on TV is who she is in person.
Yeah.
So we chatted during the thing. She asked me about Carolina Blitz. I wanted to network. She was trying to get a job in the business. She was grinding, meeting with people, networking with people, getting any opportunity she could get. And so for Stephen A to come out his old rabbit ass mouth and try to make it seem like he put her on, I know the grind that she did. Like, she was literally teaching cycling classes on the side and hustling, trying to get an opportunity in this sports business that habitually does exactly what they do, try to discredit women and their own drive and what they've earned and try to make it seem like they put them on. Shame on him. That's why I don't fool with him doing walk-ins to stay in arenas like he's about to put up 20 points.
Yo, that was crazy. That was crazy.
He's a cornball. Like, I hate that. I hate that. So yeah, man, Stephen A. Smith.
Yo, shout out to Monica. Monica, you're always invited to the pregame.
I like to do that. For me to personally know her and know her grind and see it and to see where she is now is completely inspiring to me. And to know how genuine of a person she is and how good she is. And for him to try to take credit. Like, I've seen her bust her tail. Like, she got it out the mud, just like I'm getting it out the mud. And I like people who do that. Like, he's so whack.
It's tough. And he does that for a lot of people. He did that for Shannon Sharp too. Basically saying, like, I basically saved you. Like, it's just, I don't
so
like
whack,
that.
Yo, he's whack.
Yeah.
I have no respect for dude. I have no respect for bruh.
It speaks to, I got a mailbag question around like podcasts and how will podcasts take away from like sports channels? And I'm like, yo, sports channels are being barely watched right now. Like, people are literally listening to the athletes who are making podcasts. We'll get into that next week, but I thought that was very interesting. Now, this is the other thing. Caitlin Clark controversy. So she played Chicago Sky, and Kennedy Carter, who is a baller in her own right, had a nice hip check to her. She flopped a bit. You know, we've talked about this before. Now, we've been talking about WNBA or in college women's basketball since the beginning, and we've been showcasing a few things that have happened. We saw that flop that she did against the fan that one time. I don't know if you remember, we talked about that, Vashti. But she did a little flop on Kennedy Carter, and now everybody is going crazy about it and saying how they're treating Caitlin Clark wrong in the WNBA. Now it's getting to a very interesting state for two reasons. One, somebody, they didn't say who this was, the race of this individual, but a male came to the hotel where Chicago Sky were staying and harassed the Chicago Sky, calling them ghetto bees and saying how wrong they were for doing what they did against Caitlin Clark, right? So now they're being harassed for this. Two, there is a governor in Indiana, I want to say, who's basically saying, what are we going to do? He basically says, like, how will the league basically curb excessive physical targeting of specific players? And he named, excuse me, of course, Caitlin Clark. So he's the congressman in Indiana. So people are really coming out, and that's a white male. People are coming out saying, like, oh, well, this. Here's the thing, though. WNBA has been physical for years, and the casual fan who's just coming over before Caitlin Clark, y'all haven't been watching the WNBA. Look at, like, I know people have shown this all on ESPN now, but Candace Parker, her rookie year, was getting roughed up. All these players are getting roughed up. That's the type of game they play, and that's why people really appreciate the WNBA, because they are some hoopers, they're ballers, they're athletes, and they're uber competitive, right? And here's the thing. Yes, she's getting dished out some smoke, but she's giving some smoke as well. Look at the play before. She was talking trash to Kennedy Carter, and then Kennedy came back and did what she did and hip checked her because she was talking stuff. She's been doing that. Gino from the UConn women's coach was on Dan Patrick today talking about the same thing. He first off said that he doesn't feel like she's built for the WNBA right now. He said that. He also said she's on the wrong team, but that's a whole nother topic. But he also said she is talking stuff. She's a trash talker, and they're going to talk back. The same thing happened to all these amazing players, but they're coming out and making her the top 3 to be MVP in the odds. MVP of the league. We're talking about Diana Taurasi. We're talking about Arike Obumbake. We're talking about Asia Wilson, right? I can go, the list can go on. These are some ballers, and you are a rookie coming in, and they got you as a top 3. And it's because these people see her as this big Larry Bird type of player and thinking they're going to ride. Oh, she's going to be the best. No, it's going to be a learning curve. And it's very interesting to see how all this is happening, how people are now being harassed in the hotel because of things that are happening with Caitlin Clark. So I'm going to get off my pedestal now. Vashti, what are your thoughts on this?
I have steered away from this in my comments.
I know.
On purpose. And I'm going to censor myself.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. But
if you don't want to go there,
we know what this is.
Okay.
I mean, we know what this whole Caitlin Clark thing is. I don't have to call it out. We know what it is.
I hate to cut you off. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good.
Let me just make this clear. She is a great player. She is good. She is a good player. She can hoop, all that. So we're not saying she's trash. I'm not saying she's trash, but we know what this is. You're right. Go ahead, Vash. I'm sorry.
I mean, yeah. Well, she can hoop. She hooped in college. I haven't seen anything in the pros that let me know.
She had like 1 or 2 good games. That's it.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't. I can't with this conversation because people aren't really being. People aren't and cannot be as candid with it as they like to be, for fear of retribution or any type of blackballing. But some people have said what it is. Some people are glossing over what it is. That's all I'm gonna say.
So here's one thing too, and this will speak to you what you're saying, Vashti. And I love the way you said it. It was so PC, but it was like, if you know, you know. So shout out to you. You got to teach me your ways of how to do that. Did you see Pat McAfee show and what he called her? So I'll say it because I don't have the platform you do. He called her the great white bee. He called her, because she's a white bee, like, you literally, he said he was saying it in terms of a term of endearment and how good she, like, no, you don't, like, it's the privilege is privileging right now. And I think
on all sides
right now, on all sides. And so my biggest thing is let them play. Let the ballers be the ballers. She'll be good. She'll have a good career. But at the end of the day, like what Angel Reese said, there are great players out here outside of just her who has made the WNBA popular, right? And so instead of like focusing on her, can we focus on another person like Diana Taurasi, who's 41 and dropped 40 the other night? Like, what are we talking about? We're sitting here broadcasting that, but we got people out here balling right now. So
Well,
I'll leave it there.
that's not driving conversation. That's not newsworthy.
Mm,
Caitlin Clark and the hate and the controversy surrounding it, that's
that's
newsworthy.
newsworthy.
So that's
But why isn't it
it's
newsworthy? It
being
could be.
hyped up. It's newsworthy because there are a few things that really drive conversations,
Mm,
and it's always controversial. Race is one, right?
yep. Yep.
Relationships are another. Sports, their politics.
Yeah.
Those are like things where you really are like two ends of the spectrum oftentimes,
Yeah.
and those it makes for a controversial discussion, and so this one is marrying a couple of those.
Yeah. It's wild. It's wild. But we will have some more time, and I'll tell you after. I don't want to spoil a surprise we got coming up, but I'll tell you after we get off the show. But we'll talk about the WNBA later. So because of sake of time, we're going to talk about the Justin Jefferson and CMC market reset, but we're going to skip that. We're going to go ahead and go to Dallas and Boston. They are warming up right now. It tees off at 8:30. NBA Finals is finally here. Who you got, Vashti?
I
This is
don't know.
this is
Honestly,
yeah.
I didn't watch any series that Boston played in. I'm not
Okay.
gonna lie.
I mean,
I watched the
yeah.
Dallas series. I do not watch the NBA during the regular season because I mean I'm doing NBA and college basketball,
Yeah.
but the Celtics were just blowing people out, so they weren't interesting games. So I didn't really watch them. Uh is Porzingis back?
He's back.
He's back. I think that the Celtics and I think they match up well.
Yeah.
I think the X factor for this one is going to be Kyrie. I think Kyrie has a chip on his shoulder. He won't tell you because he's so very zen like right now, and I love that for him. But
Balling him out.
he wants that get back with Boston.
Yeah.
And anybody would. So I mean, I guess if I had to pick one, I would say Dallas just because I just think Kyrie is gonna will this team. And I don't think like Stephen A. Smith, who we talk, I'm gonna even stop even saying his name out my mouth. I saw a clip where he was like, Kyrie should leave the league. He shouldn't play anymore.
Yes. And now
It's
you
like,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm just like I don't know if Kyrie is getting the props that he should get. He's taken on a lot of he's been very open, he's been completely authentic with himself. He's taken on the system and still has come out and won and is playing at a very high level and elevating the teammates around him, which is even more important than all of that. So
yeah.
Shout out to Kyrie who has been unapologetically himself and spoken up for things that he feels are important and hooped in the process.
Yes.
So
and moccasins.
Yeah, and we'll see. Tatum is up and down. I don't know. You don't know.
You
Tatum,
don't.
Tatum.
He's a hooper though. When he's on, he's on.
But that's the thing. When he's on, he's on. But
Jaylen Brown's been a consistent one.
I'm gonna watch this game. This game I'm gonna actually watch if I don't fall asleep because I'm so tired. But I'm gonna go with Dallas just for that.
Okay. I think it's very interesting, right? I think both of these are revenge games, right? Boston was in the NBA Finals a few years ago against the Warriors. That's when Steph Curry won it without KD. So they really want to get back. This is their second time there. Kyrie wants to win it. He was at Boston. Boston hates Kyrie because of how everything went. This is gonna be tough. I think I got Dallas. I think I have Dallas here. I feel like Kyrie really wants this for a few reasons. One is kind of like that Kobe thing. Kobe loved Kyrie. Him and Kyrie had a really good relationship, and it reminds me of when Shaq left Kobe and Kobe won that. He felt like that was the most gratifying win. Kyrie left LeBron. I feel like this is a gratifying win. So we'll see what happens. I feel like that's the vibe. Kyrie showed up at the pregame holding a basketball. Like he's so locked in. Like he we're gonna see a different Kyrie, and I'm excited about it. So we'll skip to the next thing. We'll see what happens. Did you get a chance to watch the Blueprint?
I watched the Blueprint. It was kind of dry.
Oh, really?
You
I thought
thought
it
it
was
was you
solid.
thought it was interesting?
Yeah, go ahead. Go say your piece, and I'll get to my piece. Go ahead.
I mean, it was a bit of a snooze fest for me. I mean, it was
Damn.
cool, but did we learn anything?
But was it yeah, well, here's the thing. I felt like you have a different viewpoint from everybody else because
Okay,
you see
fair.
everybody, you know what I'm saying? So you've seen these coaches, you've seen all of that. And so we got a good insight to a little bit more about Dave. I mean, it was dope to see Dan and how he does, on his
What insight did you get about Dave?
from Dave. I think it was more so. I think it was cool to see him in practices talking to people, and we already know he was attentive to detail. But I thought it was really dope to just kind of see him talk through and just interact with the like it was like a mini Pete Carroll. Like it was dope to see him running around. We heard about it, we heard these things, but to be able to see it, I thought it was pretty dope.
Okay.
For me, I thought it was cool. And look, of course, my brother Chad's like, thank you. He said the same thing. He thought it was mid. I didn't think it was
Yeah.
mid. I enjoy the Panthers long form productions because I thought it was really cool to just kind of see the insights and just how everything came to be. I loved seeing the coaches more about EJ Evero, which is dope. More about Joe Gilbert, the offensive line coach, and seeing how he operates and all those different things. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed seeing how all that took place. So I thought it was solid. I'm not saying it was the best thing since sliced bread. I'm not saying any of that, but I thought it was a very solid episode 1.
I need to watch it over again. I look at this stuff to gain a little insight. And
Fair enough.
I didn't learn anything. I think
Yeah.
it's good. I also think and I can tell the difference between this and maybe like a more high production thing like NFL, what do they call it?
Oh, you're talking about oh my gosh, why can't Hard Knocks?
Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
Hard Knocks does a good job of telling stories.
Yeah.
And I think they tried to tell a story more like showing Dan working out in the morning
Yeah.
and riding in his car. They attempted to do it. It still was a little dry to me.
I mean,
But
let's be real. As much as I rock with Dan, Dan's a little dry.
Dan's very dry.
So
but
it's like you can only do what you got to work with. You know what I'm saying? You can only make magic of what you have.
But Dave is the antithesis of Dan. Like they are polar opposites. So like,
which why
I mean, I'm gonna rewatch it again.
So and I'm calling out episode 2 is going to be way better than episode 1 because they're going to talk about free agency. I'm assuming. I don't know. I don't have sources like Vashti does.
Vashti doesn't have them either.
This is just me talking. I feel like it's going to be free agency and draft, right? And now we get to see how all those trades happen, how we got that second round pick, how we moved up to get Jonathan Brooks, how we did to move up to get Xavier Legette. And then we'll be able to show rookie mini camp. And then we'll be able to show us a little bit more about the OTAs. That's where the insight starts to happen, right? You can't show it all on episode 1. You got to leave a little bit to bring people back for episode 2. I thought it was just great strategy if that's what they do.
Don't hold your breath.
Oh, I'm not holding my breath by any means.
How many episodes are they doing? I'm curious.
That's 2.
Oh, just 2 episodes? Oh,
yeah.
Child, please. We're not getting all that.
What? This was 34 minutes and we got all the way from when Dave was hired.
We're not gonna get insight into the draft or free agency. We're not. No, the next episode, and if I'm the Panthers and it's smart, is gonna focus on Bryce. Bryce is a star. This is who you gave it all up for, and potentially getting to know some of the free agent players. But we're not going to gain any insight into the inner workings of the draft. This is my assumption.
I would
into the draft or thing. No, we're not. No.
You gonna put money on it?
They would have done that in episode 1.
No, because
if it's only 2 episodes,
episode 1, unless they decide to do a 3, they said 2. I saw 2 on social media, but this was all the way. If you saw the way it worked, it led all the way up to create like the draft, really. they low-key skip free agency. I think draft is next.
Okay.
Even though they had some clips around, they had some Xavier Legette clips, which threw me off a little bit. But
that's what I'm saying. They already were showing clips from practice. If they were leading up to the draft,
I don't know what they're gonna do, but that's what I would do at least. But we'll see. We'll see. But we are at time. Also, like I said with everybody, mail back questions. If you have any questions, make sure y'all contact us at the pregame PC at gmail.com, or you can follow us on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, Instagram, and make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Continue to tell people about the pregame. Real quick thing. We are working on, I want to let y'all know, we're working on a live show. Things are still in the works. We're working on a live show for training camp during the Panthers training camp. So we're working on that. We'll leave out the special guests and stuff that we're working on, but it's going to be pretty dope. Y'all need to pull up. It's going to be a vibe. We'll have a DJ, all those fun things. Vashti is a whole different vibe when it comes to live show. She came to the live show we did with PNP the other time. She didn't want to get on camera, but she got on camera.
I was looking a mess, and y'all had me on camera, just like today. It's just
nah, it's all good.
We gotta do what we gotta do. You know what I mean?
You know what? At the end of the day gonna end. So you just gotta do what you gotta do. You know?
There you go.
But you killed it. So we're gonna do that. It's gonna be vibe. It's basically going to be 3 podcasts coming together, right? That's what we're working on. So we'll talk through it later. But I just want to give y'all an update if y'all want to see us live, and it's gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be fun, and we're gonna have a dope agenda. So make sure y'all pull up on this. All right. So make sure y'all go watch NBA Finals. I want to see what I would love to see what's going to happen by the time we see y'all next Thursday. But it's been fun. Thank y'all so much for pulling up on us. And we are out of here. Appreciate y'all. Peace.